Alright, good morning and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'll just get straight into it as usual. So if you are wanting to identify a narcissist, this video will definitely help you to identify a narcissist in your life. And ultimately the goal of identifying the narcissist or narcissists in your life is to take back your power, take back control of your life, take back your energy, so that you can go on to do and become the person that you ultimately want to become. Right? Now, the number one way on how to identify if there's a narcissist operating in your life is ask yourself, when you exit the presence of a particular person that's in your life, could be a parent, a friend, whoever it is, ask yourself, when you leave the presence of that individual, do you feel uplifted? Do you feel more energy? Do you feel vibrant? Do you feel like you have life in you? Or do you feel drained? Do you feel sucked dry? Do you need to go sit on the couch? Do you need to go relax? Do you need to just go and, unwind and just really, take a deep breath and just, get yourself back together? Because if you need to go and do that, there's a very good chance that there is a narcissist in your life. And I'm not saying, you have to use discernment. You have to use discernment. It's not necessarily the fact that just because you feel drained and just because you're tired and maybe exhausted after being with that person. Obviously, there's other external factors throughout your life that can also influence or determine that. So you have to use discernment, of course. But if you find yourself consistently feeling that way after being in that particular person's presence time and time again, especially over an extended period of time, like over a course of a months or years, then it's going to be evident. Now, the biggest way, or one of the most damaging ways that a narcissist attaches themselves to you, and why do they attach themselves to you? It's to steal your energy. It's to steal your energy so that they can go on and, do what they want to do with their days and, siphon your energy. Because especially as an empaths are like a charger, so empaths are very giving. They give all the energy, they have all the energy. And what a narcissist, they just take everything. They're just there to steal everything. They just want to take it. So, lost my train of thought now, but ultimately the narcissists, they're just there to steal your energy. They just want to siphon your energy. They just want to take your energy. And what's important to remember is it's important to remember that the person and the spirit of narcissism are two different things as well. So, there could be a particular person that you're forced to deal with or set up strong boundaries with in your life. Like it could be your parent, it could be, someone in your family, someone that you love and care about. But it's important to set those boundaries in place, because the narcissist, attaches themselves to you to suck your energy. And one of the most damaging ways, that's what I was getting at and wanting to say, is that one of the most damaging ways that they do this is spiritually. Now, they do this because they attach themselves to you and your spirit. They attach themselves and then they feed off of you and your spirit. And there's a saying, like, when your flesh is weak and when you haven't got much left in the tank, but you keep going anyway, people will say, oh, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Because the spirit is what gives you the strength. The spirit is what keeps you going, even when the flesh is weak and you feel tired and exhausted physically, right? But the spirit, your spirit, is what keeps you going. Now, if you don't have that energy in reserves within your spirit, it's because there's a chances are, even if you're not necessarily in the vicinity of the narcissist, you could be in the other side of the world even. You could be miles away from the narcissist within your life. But because you're on call for the narcissist, you know, and you're spiritually bonded to them, you know, on a very deep spiritual level, you know, they are tapping in to your spirit. They're tapping into it. So you could be left basically in the fetal position. You could be left really drained and sucked dry. And the narcissist is out there, you know, with all the energy, living up life. And the reason why, and the reason for this, is because they are bonded to you on a spiritual level, and they are siphoning your energy spiritually from your spirit directly to theirs. And that's one of the most damaging ways that a narcissist can really have a massive effect on you and on your health, is because you don't even have to be, you know, physically with them in person. You could, like I said, you could be in the other side of the country, you could be wherever, and the narcissist will continue to feed off of your energy and to feed off of your spirit, because, you know, you're bonded to them spiritually. So ultimately you have to detach from them spiritually. Like I said, if it's someone that's you know, means something to you, if it's someone that you care about, if it's someone that you love, of course you can still have a relationship with them, but ultimately there's going to have to be boundaries in place, because you can't let them you can't let that relationship be detrimental to yourself and your own life, because, you know, the narcissist is like a spiritual gate, you know, especially from the Holy Spirit. You know, they will stop your connection with God, with the Lord. You know, you won't be able to have that true, genuine, loving, authentic relationship with the Lord, because the narcissists are like a gatekeeper. Like they not only siphon your spirit and your energy spiritually, but they actually cut off your connection from God, and they cut off your connection to the Holy Spirit. So I'm going to make some more videos in the future in regards to, you know, detaching, cutting off from the narcissist on a spiritual level, breaking free from the trauma bond, you know, breaking free from a soul tie. You know, it's quite in depth, but ultimately you got to remember the battle with the narcissist it's a spiritual battle. You know, this narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, all this stuff, going to therapy, this is all rubbish. It's all a waste of time, because narcissistic personality disorder, it's not a carnal, this is not a carnal matter, it's not a carnal issue. So it means it can't be fought with a carnal, you know, carnal tools to be able to overcome and protect yourself from this spirit. So I'll be making some videos, you know, soon in the future in regards to, you know, like I said, on those topics about breaking a soul tie. And ultimately it's all just about protection. It's about self-preservation. It's about protecting yourself. You're not out there trying to harm the narcissist. You're not out there trying to hurt them. You're out here doing this and doing this work and this inner work to try and heal yourself, and to ultimately just become the person that the Lord calls you to be and wants you to be, you know, for this walk throughout life. So with all that said, if there was anything here that resonated with you, please leave the video a like. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Appreciate all the comments too. The encouragement is really awesome, so I thank you for that. And with all that said, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and peace out.